Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
I thank the chairman. I want to submit the following items for the record. The Senate Committee on Foreign Relations Minority Report titled Locked Up, and the Special Inspector General for Afghan Reconstruction Report titled Why the Afghan Security Force Collapsed.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the individuals that have spent the time, the energy to come here today. It's important that we hear, that we listen and hear your message and feel your message. It is important that you get to tell your story. But I'm frustrated. Today, you should be here telling your story, and there should be some other folks here to hear your story. The Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of State, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Where are they? Mr. Chairman, there better be a hearing with the full committee with them here. This is the biggest foreign policy failure since we left Vietnam. Very similar, right? The only difference maybe in some ways is the cost and the fact that a Huey was leaving the embassy in Hanoi, and instead a Chinook was departing with billions of dollars on it, and the president of Afghanistan. That was the image that the United States saw. That's the difference of this foreign policy failure. And while my friends on the other side of the aisle say don't ascribe any blame to it, and then go on to ascribe blame to what happened, remind everybody that the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, knew this was coming, had 6 months, over 6 months to deal with this, and ignored everything he was being told. And what's the cost of that? 13 U.S. service members murdered. Our American service members deserve better. Our country deserves better. How many did we leave stranded? The Senate Foreign Affairs Committee report, Locked Up, said the State Department continuously misled or outright contradicted themselves. Well, isn't that coincidental? How many times is this government going to lie to us and cost us our lives? The coordinator for Afghanistan relocation effort, Beth Jones, said at times there were 100 waiting. And then without, maybe it's thousands. We don't even know how many because they didn't know how many, because they were incompetent. They were unprepared. And these folks did the work that our government would not do, forced into a position because of incompetence and lack of preparation and, quite honestly, lack of care. Billions of dollars worth of assets left in Afghanistan. We don't know where they were. We don't know where they are, sold to Russia, Ukraine, cartels, Syria. We have no way of knowing because the server storing the records crashed in March of 2021. How convenient. How convenient. We do know this. We left biometrics behind, facial images, fingerprints, the addresses of the people that helped these people for the Taliban to go round up and publicly murder, torture, and kill. Unacceptable. Unacceptable betrayal. Unacceptable. Yet we're still not talking to those who were involved. My friends on the other side of the aisle say, well, don't ascribe any blame. We're not trying to ascribe blame. We'd like some accountability. For 2 years, we've been coming to this committee hearing. You could have come. They weren't interested in hearing from you. The only reason you're here now is because we're in charge and the chairman asked you to come. But I encourage the chairman for a full committee hearing with you here to face the people that put you in the position. Sir, it's not your battalion commander's fault that he didn't get the rules of engagement to allow you to engage. Somebody above him stopped that person, stopped your commander from issuing the order, because I guarantee you, commanders in the field want to service the enemy and keep their troops safe. That's what we want to do. We need to know who did it. There needs to be an accountability. And so far, no one's been held accountable except some poor Marine in uniform who said, something has gone terribly wrong here, and we need to do something about it. Those folks, the folks at the top, the folks that made the decision to betray you and to betray our allies and betray our country, they need to come before this committee and the American people and explain how this happened and who's going to be held accountable so that it doesn't happen again. We cannot continue to do this. Mr. Chairman, I request a full committee hearing with the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of State, and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff so we can get to the bottom of this and ascribe accountability. And I yield the balance.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so every time I put out a video, you can know about it. It'll come up in your feed. Hit that like button if you liked it. And be positive. Peace.